Used to drive miles for you, yeah. Used to come home late, I still drove out to you, late night. I was focused on you, my love had no curfew, Came to realize you was my only issue, but I still miss you. Told my fam about you back then. Used to be about them before I had you, about them. I was focused on school and the books, I had plans to. Get a good job, make more money for you, but damn, I still miss you, yeah. Save my money, had a ring for you. Mansion on the hills, I had some plans for you. Told myself for real, wouldn't write about you. This the only way I get my mind off. Had to do this for my health. I don't need your help.
All right. What is up, Jerron Mob? Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker Show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We have a lot of signature sneakers, specifically some strong stuff, some good looks, and some not so strong stuff, some pretty rough leaks. But either way, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the PG5, obviously. We're going to talk about Russell Westbrook's next signature sneaker, Trae Young's next signature sneaker. The Harden Volume 5 just got officially unveiled. And of course, we have to talk about that Curry 8 colorway, which isn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, but there is a lot to unpack. So I want to thank everyone for taking some time out of their night to join the Sneaker Show. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps us out a lot. And who knows, a year or two, however far down the road, you'll be able to say, yo, I was on the Sneaker Show before it got hype. I'm just saying, you want to get in on the ground floor right now. So like that, thumbs up the video. It helps me out a lot. But it's good to see everyone in the chat. I think Josiah and Jack are both of our moderators are here tonight. So huge shout out to them for moderating the chat for us. But it's good to see everyone. Sharp, Aiden, G. My guy G is back. Ayo Bird. I like your cut, G. Miguel Fernando Reyes. There's some crazy names up in there. I love it. Love to see you guys. What's up, Dosma TV? Thanks for joining the show. Let's get straight into it. Let's start with the first story. Well, we can't start because, of course, Streamlabs isn't going to show what I wanted to show. Here we go. Boom. Trae Young gets Adidas signature sneaker coming in 2021. Now, if you didn't catch the last video, here it is. 5 NBA players who need signature shoes. And at number 4, I had Trae Young. So when this news dropped, everybody was hitting me up saying, hey, yo, you called it. You predicted the future. I have to say, you know, I'm not that proud of it because it seemed pretty obvious to me that Trae Young was going to get a signature shoe for a lot of different reasons. A, he's super marketable, super charismatic. He's putting up the numbers. So those are like the two biggest things. But thirdly, Adidas basketball is known for giving guards, popular guards, signature sneakers maybe a year too soon, which isn't a bad thing. That's actually a good thing in my opinion. They did it with Damian Lillard. I remember when Damian Lillard, I think it was what year was that? 2017, maybe? No, much sooner than that. Maybe 2014. Whenever it was, when they gave Damian Lillard his first signature sneaker, I remember thinking like, really? Damian Lillard? I mean, he's great. I love him. He's from Oakland. That's awesome. But I don't know. It seems kind of early. And at the time, he was only averaging like 19 points a game. I talked about it in this video. So if you haven't checked out the video, go ahead, check it out. Did I actually do a stat comparison? No, oh yeah, I did right here. So here we go. Going into their third year, Dame was averaging 19.9 points per game, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. He was a one-time All-Star, but he was a reserve. And I believe he actually became a reserve because of an injury. He was an injury replacement, I think for Dirk Nowitzki, if I'm not mistaken. But Trae Young has 23 points per game, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. Yes, it's in the East. Yes, he's not putting up as many wins, but he is already an all-star starter. So if you're comparing their careers at the same point of time, respectively, the first 2-3 years, Trae Young definitely is deserving of at least being in contention for a signature sneaker. And we're seeing here that Adidas is going all in. It was officially announced. You can see the logo right here. pretty simple logo. I think it's pretty dope. It kind of reminds me of like a Paul George logo type, but I like it. It's not, you know, egregious with the initials and the number and everything like that. I think it's a pretty clean logo, and I'm excited to see what the Trae Young 1 has to offer. That's what they're calling it, the Trae Young 1. They're not going crazy with the name like a Don issue number 2 or why not 0.X. They're just going Trae Young 1. So let me know right now in the chat, are you guys excited about a Trae Young signature sneaker, or are you just kind of like whatever? And do you think that Trae Young should even have a signature sneaker in the first place? Now, there's no leaks about his shoe at all, but he is known to be, debuting the latest in the next level line, right? So the laceless basketball sneaker, right? So who knows if the Trae Young 1 is going to do something like that. Trae Young is a pretty, I would say fashion forward guy. He's a pretty trendy guy. So maybe the Trae Young 1 is going to have some very interesting design elements. But I think you're going to see it fall in line with what Adidas did with Donovan Mitchell. They dropped a shoe that was extremely affordable, had a lot of value performance-wise. So, you're probably going to see light strike foam, probably not bounce. They're kind of moving away from bounce towards light strike, which is fine, even though bounce is better. And you might see some crazy designs on the upper. Atlanta, it's a hot city. I think that they could get pretty funky with this sneaker. Now, let's take a look at what you guys are saying in the chat. Ian Pollard says Trae Young 1. How boring. Yeah, they didn't get creative with the name at all. It's just the Trae Young 1. Josiah says Trae definitely deserves a SIG sneaker, but Luka needs one too. I'm glad you said that, Josiah, because I just want to take this moment here on this platform to say I think it is absolutely crazy that Luka Doncic is not who we're talking about right now. Now, I get it. Jordan Brand is kind of weird with their signature sneakers. We know Zion's getting one called the Z Code, but they pretty much phased out the Melo line, right? The Chris Paul line is not marketed at all. In fact, I haven't seen a Chris Paul sneaker on a shoe or a sneaker retail shelf in years. So he's kind of getting pushed back. They still have Russell Westbrook, and his sneakers are good, and they're still dropping them. But it's a weird thing. However, I think Luka Doncic absolutely deserves a signature sneaker, and I think we should be talking about him instead of Trae Young. And I think if Luka was on Adidas, we would be talking about it. But since it's Jordan Brand, it's kind of this weird thing. But I'm hoping and I'm crossing my fingers, and I think it will happen. The Jordan Luka 1, I think, is in our near future. But I'm praying that Jordan Brand sees that that's the right path to go to. Is it the blue pill that you're supposed to take or the red pill? I forget. But whatever pill, Jordan needs to take it and give Luka a signature sneaker. Hashtag give Luka a signature shoe. That's right, G. I appreciate that. If you agree, can we get that hashtag spammed in the chat? I'm going to do it with you guys. Hold on. Hashtag give Luka a signature sneaker. Oh, wait. It's freaking out. Okay, here we go. Hashtag give Luka a signature sneaker. If you agree, copy and paste that in the chat because I think he absolutely needs one. Mally8111 says, watch Tatum get a shoe before Luka. That would be criminal. That would be criminal. I'm just going to say that. All right, let's move on. Speaking of Jordan Brand, Jordan Brand signs Karis LeVert and Bradley Beal. So this is some interesting news, right, guys? Bradley Beal, Karis LeVert signs with Jordan Brand. I think Jordan Brand has really turned a corner here because they were in a weird situation, right? Melo was on a decline. Chris Paul isn't getting any younger. Blake Griffin with his injuries and leaving a big market like Los Angeles to Detroit. They were, I don't want to say in turmoil, but it wasn't looking great for the signature athlete lineup for Jordan Brand. But then they captured Zion. They got Luka Doncic. They have Jason Tatum, Rui Hachimura for that Japanese international Asia market, right? Luka's international as well. Jason Tatum plays for an international franchise in the Boston Celtics. And now they're signing Bradley Beal and Karis LeVert. Both guys are extremely good basketball players, but I don't think either one of them is in line for a signature sneaker. Now, Karis LeVert is probably the more obvious, like, yeah, he's not going to get a signature sneaker, but he's a nice player to have on your roster. He's pretty good. He might get traded and might become a more integral part of a franchise. But Bradley Beal, I mean, this guy's great. He's an all-star. He's a fringe superstar. We're going to wait and see how well he plays with Russell Westbrook. Does that elevate him? Is it a weird fit? We don't really know. But even with his tremendous on-court abilities, I don't think he's marketable enough to be a signature sneaker. And I don't think Jordan Brand thinks that as well. I think they love to have him on the roster, but I don't think they're going to have plans to give him a signature shoe. But it would be great to see him, you know, debut a fresh colorway of the Jordan 35 or whatever the latest flagship is. Maybe the lower tier one like the Jumpman Pros or something like that. But I don't think, if you think Bradley Beal's going to get a signature sneaker, I would not bet on that. Okay, so I don't think it's going to happen. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. Jordan Brand signed Karis LeVert and Bradley Beal. Now check out this photo. Who does this remind you of? This is Karis LeVert. This is a great photo. First of all, it's very trendy. But who does this remind you of? I'll tell you. Former Jordan Brand athlete. Darius Miles. Does that not look like him? Don't they look similar? They got the headband, the cornrows, the very thin face, the high cheekbones. Facial hair is even right there on point. These are the two same guys, right? It comes full circle. Jordan Brand was an athlete, or Darius Miles was a Jordan Brand athlete, and now his son, Karis LeVert, is a Jordan Brand athlete. Thought that was pretty funny. Oh, it gave me one of these moments. Karis LeVert is Darius Miles' son? What? Let's move on, guys. All right, so these next couple sneakers we've talked about in previous episodes of the Sneaker Show, but release dates have been announced for them. So we're going to run through them real quickly. If you want to cop or drop them, go ahead, do it in the chat because we already did it, but I just need to update you guys on these sneakers. So let's do this real quick. First up, the Jordan 6 Bordeaux gets a release date. I think we talked about these. This is just a render. This might not be actually how the shoe looks, but these are going to be releasing September 4th, 2021 for $190. So it's a little bit ways down the road. I think if you're a fan of the Jordan 6, if this is what the colorway is going to look like, I think it works. I think it's awesome. The color blocking, it's amazing. I think this is great. Even though it's not an OG colorway, this is a good one to have in your collection, especially if you're finding it hard to get your hands on some OG 6s. So the Air Jordan 6 Bordeaux, September 4th, 2021. That's a pretty long way away, but at least you have time to save up, right? I mean, $190, that's nothing to sneeze at. Next up, Jordan 12 Reverse Flu Game. We talked about these. These are dropping December 26th, so that's a little bit closer. Now, this is not an OG colorway, but it uses OG colorway colors. So I'm a huge fan of red and black, and I think that these look great. But for $190, look, I'm not going to go through the hassle. I'm not going to pay over $190. If I could get these at retail, you know, that would be ideal. And what would be even more ideal is if I could go in a store and actually see how these look in person and determine then whether or not I actually like them. So, you know, it's not a terrible shoe to add to your collection, but it's not a must. So I'm going to give these a light cop, a very light cop, because again, red, black, the Jordan 12 is one of the most beautiful looking Jordan sneakers of all time. I think when I ranked every single Jordan sneaker, or Jordans 1 through 14, I think this cracked the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of the best, for sure. Next up, we have the Jordan 35 Titan. Now, in case you missed the last episode of the Sneaker Show, I actually had a chance to wear a pair of Jordan 35s at my local Dick's. I didn't pick them up because what am I going to do with them? I mean, I guess I could make a video, but I can't play in them. All the courts out here are still closed. But I have to tell you guys, the Jordan 35 is an awesome sneaker. It really is. I mean, any doubts that I had about them in terms of weight, fit, the springiness of the cushion setup, everything that I loved about the 34, the 35 isn't as good as the 34. I still like the 34 better. I just love how light and sleek and fast that shoe is. But these aren't the opposite. They're not heavy. They're not sluggish. They're not clunky. It's a very smooth sneaker, and I was very pleasantly surprised with how much I actually like them. So here we have the Titan colorway, which I think looks pretty clean. It's really going to come down to whether or not you like that crimson orangish red colorway or color on the sneaker, because the rest of it kind of uses neutral tones. You have the white and black to ground things out. You have the Titan logo here on the back. I think if you're a Titan fan, which if you don't know is a Filipino shoe retailer, I think it's a shoe boutique in the Philippines. So if you have that Pinoy pride, this would be a great one to add to your collection. Otherwise, it's really going to come down to whether or not you like that orange crimson color on the sneaker. I'm going to give these a light cop, but they are dropping December 18th, but it is not confirmed if they will release on sneakers. So these are going to drop at select retailers on December 18th or 19th? 18th for $180. So this is the base retail price of the Jordan 35. They're not charging a premium for the collaboration or the materials or anything like that. So that's pretty good news. Julian is dropping these. You don't like these. Shop is copying them. G says Titan is also a barber shop. I didn't know that, G. And G, you live out there in the Philippines, the PH, right? If I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly. Lucas Dash says job, don't like the colorway. It's great. But Lucas, I want to ask you a question and then we'll move on. Lucas, you don't like the colorway, but would you agree that it's not a bad colorway? It's just not your cup of tea? You know, like it's not awful. It's just not something that you enjoy. I mean, can we at least agree on that? Because I'm kind of in that boat. I'm not totally in love with them, but I'm not against them. I just, you know, they don't strike a chord in my heart. You know what I'm saying? But it would be great to hear from you, Lucas. Again, thanks for watching the Sneaker Show. All right. Now we got to talk about the real news. That was a quick recap of things we talked about before. The Harden 5, baby. So the Harden 5 we've talked about, but it was officially unveiled. Here they are. Oh, wait. I didn't want to show you that colorway yet. There we go. The Harden Volume 5, which, when is it dropping? Early 2021. So I don't think an official release date has been named yet. But here's an on-foot look at them. And here is this nice white colorway with multiple colors on the overlays. I mean, we talked about it. The Harden 5 is a beautiful looking sneaker. I'm actually very, very impressed with what Adidas did here. Shout out to Blakey Boy for subscribing. I appreciate you, dog.
I appreciate you.
I haven't been inspired by a Harden silhouette in a while. I mean, the Harden 1 was an interesting look. It wasn't my cup of tea. The Harden 2 was okay. I didn't like the Harden 3. There wasn't much variance from the 2 to the 3. And then the Harden 4, I just flat out didn't like. This is like the first Harden where I'm like, these actually look pretty cool. And I would rock these off of the court. Now, here's another colorway here. I don't know. It just reminds me of SpongeBob, this colorway. The flower reminds me of Sandy. It reminds me of Sandy. I don't know why, but that's what it reminds me of. Shout out to Lil Bruh 77 for following. I appreciate you. But, I mean, look at this. I love the overlays. I love the design of the midsole. I love the color schemes that they're going with. And it looks like each colorway might have different overlays. Because if you look at the medial side here, you have a white dove, a butterfly, some gray clouds. I mean, this is pretty freaking cool, guys. I really, really like the Harden 5. I'm just going to say it right now. The Harden Volume 5 from Adidas is an Instacop. I'm excited. They look comfortable. They look clean. And I love the colorways. I cannot wait to try these on the court. If only the courts would open up. Rick Champion does not like these. He's putting a bunch of thumbs down in the chat. Lucas Dash says that blue colorway is fire. Wow. Ian Pollard says that his kid said, that's ugly, man. Interesting. So you guys are more split on this than I thought you guys were going to be. I don't know. I really like this. I like how it's kind of a mid-cut, but also a low-top sneaker. Those are my favorite like designs. I really like mids that look like lows or lows that look like mid. You know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Who knows? I don't know. I really like these guys. The top-down view, that butterfly on the toe box, it's great. I think you can make some great colorways with this silhouette. And the traction looks pretty good. Traction looks great. I like the boost on the bottom here. And the fact that they're bringing boost back also is very exciting as well. Now, let's see if this has a release date. No, they don't. But whenever they do release, I'm going to pick up a pair and I'm very, very excited to review these. But you guys are pretty split on these. Jack says, cop for me, Instacop for a different colorway. That's awesome. What colorway would you like to see, Jack? I mean, a Houston Rockets colorway would be awesome. A red and white one, I think, would look really clean with hits of black. Maybe just a splash of yellow, because that's an alternate color for the Rockets. That would be pretty cool. But again, we don't know if James Harden is even going to be on the Rockets at the start of the season. He might be in Philly, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers. Who knows where he's going to go? But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see. But either way, I'm very excited about this sneaker. Now, speaking of Adidas basketball, they unveiled their 2020 Christmas lineup. And I'm warning you guys, prepare to be disappointed. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Here we have the Rose 11, green, gold, off-white, kind of like an eggnog color here on the midsole, glitter. I guess it kind of is meant to look like an ornament, I guess. Doesn't really do much for me. Not a fan of the D Rose 11 silhouette anyways, and this colorway isn't helping it. So I'm just going to go ahead and give these a drop. It's not a mega drop, though, right? It's not a mega drop. John says, it's aight. Just the fact that you had to say, it pretty much sums up this colorway, right, guys? Deacon Martin says, light cop. Really, Deacon? Josiah says, it's okay. Okay, it's just okay. Aiden says, D Rose drop, too boring. Yeah, there's just not much going on here. Not much going on here, guys. It's not awful, but it's not even good, let alone great. So, whatever. Next up, these drop for $120, which is a pretty good value. December 18th, by the way. Okay, next up, we have the Dame 6. Again, not much going on here, right, guys? Not much going on. What's the inspiration here? It's just a little boring, but they're not awful. I can't press the mega drop button. All I can do is drop them. They're not great. They're not good. They're maybe not even decent, but they're not bad. They're just boring. I mean, what's going on here? It looks like very, very light blue, cream. I mean, I guess snow? Is that what it's inspired by? Aiden says boring again. Yeah. Ethan says love the silhouette but hate the colorway. Paolo says drop the designer. Ooh, Ethan and Paolo got beef here. Josiah says the Dame 6 just looks so bad as a silhouette. I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm sorry to put you on blast. I didn't mean to do that. But most people don't like the Dame 6 silhouette. And I got to be honest with you, I'm one of those people. It doesn't do much for me. It doesn't do much for me. Not a fan. Whatever. I dropped it. Let's move on. The Don issue number 2. Wow, Adidas. Wow. Oh.
The smoke.
What? It's white. You got some red. You got some blue. But that's it? A translucent blue outsole. But that's it? What is going on here? I almost want to press Mega Drop because these are so boring. But I got to be honest. It's just a white colorway with hits of red and blue. And it would be kind of un-American of me to kind of, Mega Drop these. So I'm just going to give these a drop. They're so boring. What the heck? Hector says, looks like they only dropping all white. Yeah, it's what... And look, every colorway that I see of the Don issue number 2 that's not a Venom colorway is an L, bruh. Adidas, just drop the Venom colorway, please. I'm begging you. Let me get on my knees, man. I'm begging you. Just drop the Adidas or just drop the Venom colorway, please. It's not that hard. Just give the people what they want. Otherwise, stuff like this is going to be sitting on the shelves. It's crazy. They could have added pink and called this a Spider-Gwen colorway. But no, it's just white. Weird. Super weird, Adidas. $100 though, pretty good value. Just going to say. M. John says Adidas shoes snow color, but they actually dropping coal. I love that, bro. I love that. Leon says, I swear, if you don't stop with the Venom. Listen, man. I just want what I want, man. Spider-Man is my favorite colorway, okay? I'm just saying. Julian says, I think they were supposed to release it with the Venom movie, but it got moved because of Corona. That's still not a good... I mean, I get it, bro, but it's still not a good excuse. Because how many people who are watching the Venom movie are trying to buy a basketball sneaker from Donovan Mitchell that relates to it? I mean, come on. Anyways, I dropped these, right? I dropped. But wait, there's more. Another colorway of the Don issue number 2. Now, out of all the Christmas sneakers that we've seen so far, these are probably the best ones. Light lavender purple, interesting texture on the upper. I love the cream. The cream just rounds everything out, even on the translucent part of the outsole, it's still cream. So, hey, I think this is pretty decent. I almost want to press light cop. Should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's a light cop. I think this is one of the better looking Don issue number 2 colorways, and if you're looking to pick one up, this would be a pretty decent one. It's unique. Not many people wear this light colored purple. You're gonna stand out. It's gonna be something very unique to you. I think it's a decent cop. I think it's decent, especially for $100. And again, these are all dropping on December 18th. So if you're interested, be on the lookout. This is a pretty decent colorway. Chris says, no, those suck. Really, Chris? I don't think they suck. And look, these would look dope with the Lakers jersey. I don't know. Roll Lock says, it's meh. No, Roll. This is meh. Okay? This is meh. This is something. It's not something, but it's something. You understand what I'm saying? Let's move on. What are we going to talk about? Let's stick with Adidas here. All right, the Dame 7 Ric Flair gets a release date. Now, I remember not too long ago, we talked about these Ric Flair Dame 6s, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but, you know, it's obviously inspired by his, you know, velvet orange or velvet blue. Why did I say orange? Because I'm wearing orange. Robe. But where's the glitter? Look at the robe. There's glitter. Where's the glitter on this? There is none. So I didn't like these. I think I dropped these. I think I almost mega dropped them, but I didn't quite. But whatever. I don't like the materials. Why not just put velvet? What is that? Velvet? You know, just if it's inspired by this, I mean, come on, right? I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. Adidas does some weird things sometimes, guys. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. But there's a little Ric Flair logo right there. Nature Boy right here. But this is clearly the better Ric Flair colorway, guys. I think I can speak on behalf of most of you guys. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to cop these. I'm not going to insta-cop them because they are a little loud, but these are awesome. I'm dying on this hill. I really like these, and I would cop it if the Dame 6 was a great encore performer. But guess what, guys? Or this is the Dame 7. I keep saying 6. I don't know why. But the Dame 7, I don't know. Is it a good encore performer? Who knows? The Dame 6 wasn't. And the Dame 7 looks very similar to the Dame 6. So I don't know. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay. I think I know what you guys want me to do. I think you know what you want me to do. I will do it. If I do this, please like the video. Please like the video, okay? All right. I'm going to do it. Woo! Nature Boy! Woo! That's right. Nature Boy, one of the most classic wrestlers of all time. I'm very excited about these. These are very dope. Do they make me say, woo? Look at the tongue. You have the Ric Flair. I can't play the music because I'll get copy striked, but you know, he's coming out to the music. You know the music. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Ric Flair. Love it. Love wrestling. When are these dropping? December 15th for $110. Okay, so that's pretty good. Here's an on-foot look. Ooh, those are saucy. Ooh, those are saucy. Like my guy Sharp says in the chat. Fire. Absolutely. I love these. Absolutely love these. All right, next up. Okay, so Kid Cudi is set to drop his very own Adidas sneaker. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because A, Kid Cudi's new album just dropped, Man on the Moon 3. It's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. if you haven't listened to it, Tequila Shots, Another Day, The Void, and Restless Nights. Those are my 4 favorite songs so far on the album. It's a pretty good album. Pop Smoke's on the album. Trippie Redd's on the album. There's some good stuff on it. And the other reason why I bring this up is because B, we talked about a Kid Cudi Adidas collaboration. Shout out to David Lynn for subscribing. I appreciate you. This was what we talked about before, which didn't make sense because these shoes were like, they had nothing to do with Kid Cudi. It was like, they just slapped his name on it, and it was just weird. I mean, there was nothing unique about this shoe at all. And I think the shoe is a little dated. Back in 2011, this was all the rage. The high-top sneaker with the extremely large tongue. But now, that's not all the rage. So this was a really confusing release. And I think I dropped these because they were so disappointing. Because if you're a Kid Cudi fan, what does this do for you? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. However, this is different. Shout out to J-Man for subscribing. Appreciate you, dog. This is different. This is actually a Kid Cudi sneaker. Like a Yeezy, but a Kid Cudi. This is pretty crazy. Oh, I can't say that name. Saeb Abdi. I hope I didn't butcher it, but I appreciate you, dog. Thank you very much. These are interesting. Another one. Oh my God. Fauzan Iskandar. Thank you for subscribing. Let's talk. Let me know what you guys think about these. Are these a cop or a drop? I am very, very interested to know what you guys think about these. I'm a huge Kid Cudi fan, so I'm going to take a deep look at these. Am I a fan of the straps? Not really, especially when there's lacing underneath the straps. It's okay. Definitely gives me a Yeezy vibe, but more a high top look. This looks like something from an Alien movie, right? Like the movie Alien, not like an Alien movie, but like the movie Alien with Sigourney Weaver. It just fits that vibe. That's what I'm getting from it. Here's the white one. 326 on the collar here, whatever that is. I love the hits of brown. Those neutral, natural colors are very cool. The straps, though, man, they look like nurse shoes. The straps look like nurse straps. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, here's the back. You have some, like, an embossed logo here. Where's the black pair? Okay, here we go. I think I like... Shoot, I actually don't know. Oh, I think I like the black pair better. That gray, is this 3M? If that's 3M, oh my God, guys. If that's 3M... You already know. Lucas says they look like space boots. Yes. Jack says, how would you rock these? Bro, I would rock these with a pair of jeans, chinos. I'd rock these with shorts, whatever. High socks. Make sure the socks are exceeding the collar. You got to make sure of that because otherwise your legs look really short. If you wear no-show socks with these, your legs are going to look short, which is going to make you look short. And I'm not the tallest guy, so I don't need to be looking shorter. Shout out to Rhett Robinson. I appreciate you, dog. Thanks for joining the sneaker show. I like these. I want to pick up the black ones. I hope that these are not hype. Can I just check StockX real quick? I'm just going to type in Kid Cudi Adidas. They're probably not even on StockX. I just want to make sure. Okay. The ones that we didn't like are on, but not these ones. Okay. What are these called, though? Hold on. What are these called? It's a Kid Cudi times Adidas sneaker. The Vadawam 326. Interesting. They're set to drop December 17th for $180. Whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot. But
a small price to pay for salvation.
Small price to pay for salvation. So I'm copping these. The price does not make it an Instacop because $180 is a lot, especially nowadays with everything going on. But let me know what you guys think about these. Ian says, hella ugly though. Okay, look, it's a very striking design and I'm not expecting everyone to enjoy these, but I think the people who do like them really like them and the people who don't like them really don't like them. There's no real in between here. That makes it a very polarizing sneaker. Ethan says cop for but not for that much money. 150 tops. Yeah, I think 150 is a more fair price for these. Even 160 if you want to give a premium on it. But 180, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'd rather pick up a pair of 35s if I'm being honest. Suib Abdi, our new subscriber, says they hella trash. Okay, see, most Valentina thinks they're ugly. Bobby says they're hella futuristic. TJ Brown says looks like the Converse weapon. Yeah, it looks very 80s. Deacon says looks like Kid Cudi's music. Yeah, so I think most of you guys are dropping because of the price, but I'm a fan of these. I would rock these. I like them. I think it looks like a Back to the Future shoe. Shout out to John Hoyt. Thanks for joining the Sneaker Show. I like them, but you know, you do you guys. You do you. Okay, next up, this is a very fun collaboration here. Check this out, guys. This is the Adidas Gremlins Stan Smith Christmas Monster Collection. Check this out, guys. Now, if you haven't watched the Gremlins, it's a great classic movie. It might be a little dated, but it's at least it might be like so dated it's actually better. Like it's so cheesy. But the Gremlins, classic Christmas movie. Do not feed after midnight. What else? What else are the rules? Like don't let the Mogwai drink water. Don't feed after midnight. There are these rules. In case you don't know, the Gremlins is this cute little creature called the Mogwai. But if you break the rules, which is like giving them water or feeding them after midnight, they turn into a demon gremlin. It's awesome. I love the movie. I love the box. I love the marketing. Look at they're kind of like peeking through the box, the eyeballs. That's awesome. But the shoe itself, pony hair, not a big fan of pony hair on sneakers. And besides the eye on the back, there's not a whole lot going on. It is a two-tone design. You have the light fur with the darker fur on the medial side. Here's the top-down view. If you're a fan of the Stan Smith colorway and the movie Gremlins, it's a cop. Otherwise, if you have no affiliation with the movie, I feel like you have to know the Gremlins movie to like these sneakers. And if you don't, just drop them. You don't need them. You don't need them. Timothy says mega drop. I wouldn't say mega drop, Timothy, because The Eyes is awesome, and Gremlins has a lot of fans. It's a cult favorite movie. It's a classic movie. So for those fans, they're gonna absolutely adore this sneaker. And I mean, be honest, if you got this for a Christmas gift, you know, would you return them? Probably not. I mean, it's a great collector's item. It's a nice collaboration. When are they dropping? $120 on December 19th. Okay, so there you go. If you like the Gremlins, you like them. But I think most of you guys are dropping them because I think the Gremlins, most of you guys haven't seen the movie. Sharp says the movie's good though, so Sharp's seen it. M. John says, why not just buy a Gremlins plush doll for $20 instead? Well, I'll tell you why, M. John, because you can't wear a Gremlins plush doll. It's simple. And Mama always said you could tell a lot by what's the quote? Mama always said you could tell a lot about a person by looking at their shoes. Something like that. So shoes, there's something you wear to express yourself. I'm not going to carry around a plush doll everywhere, but I'm going to rock sneakers, and depending on how my sneakers look, it's going to say something about me, and it's going to allow me to express myself. So yeah, Prada's asking for a shout out. But there you go, man. Thanks for joining the Sneaker Show. All right. Whew. Let's switch gears here to ANTA. Check this out, guys. The ANTA GH2. This is our first time seeing the GH2, but I do have an announcement. These are in the mail. They're on my way. There will be a video up on these probably within the next 2 weeks. I'm moving apartments, so I got to move first and then set up the new studio and then, you know, do the review. But these are in the mail. They're on the way. I have no idea what colorway. If I had to guess, I think it's this white. Oh my God. Crazy Black Man 108, aka Adam Turner, the OG, he says, yes, Mama always said you could tell a lot by people's shoes, where they're going, where they've been. That is the quote. Hey, shout out to my guy Adam, bro. Adam gave me the plug way back in the day. He allowed me to be one of the first people on YouTube with the Kyrie Force. So that video blew up. So shout out to Adam. Huge help. He does a lot of Let's Plays on his YouTube channel, and he's actually the guy who got me started in YouTube because he went to All-Star Weekend in 2012, and Adidas flew him out there, and he made a video, and I was sitting at home being like, I could do that. So, hey, shout out to you, Adam, Crazy Black Man 108, for inspiring me, man. You're the OG. I appreciate you. But if I had to guess, I think it's this white colorway that is coming in the mail. Anta emailed me and they said, hey, we're sending you a pair. We love your videos. I said, hey, thank you guys so much. Anta, the people over at Anta are real. But I have to say, I would have liked this zebra whatever colorway. This is pretty dope. I really like how this looks. My favorite thing about this silhouette is how Anta integrates their logo. I mean, it's great. It's unique. I love it. I really love how it kind of gives the shoe some not dimension, but like, it gives it a look, a distinctive look. And, you know, from a distance, you can recognize them, and up close, you could appreciate them even more. So I really like these. I think the ANTA GH2, just based on what I'm seeing, just based on looks, I think is a good cop. I do. And a lot of you guys are agreeing in the chat as well. Most of you guys are saying fire. Ronald says it's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. John says copping both of them. Yeah, these are absolutely awesome. But wait, guys, there's more. There's more. Check out these colorways. So here we have the zebra, and here we have that white and gold one that we talked about. Look at the Christmas one. All out ugly Christmas. Crazy. Not my cup of tea, but totally fits the theme, and I can appreciate it. Then we have this race car one, which looks like a custom, so I'm not a huge fan of it. It looks like a not well done custom. It doesn't look like an actual colorway. Then over here, it looks like we have like a Chinese New Year inspired one. That's absolute fire. Go ahead and give that one a cop. Down here, we have a barbershop. Remember, the GH1 had a barbershop colorway. I unboxed it. One of the coolest unboxing experiences I've ever done. This looks like the sequel to that. You have the red, white, and blue barber pole midsole. Gonna go ahead and give those a cop. And then over here, you have a red one, but it looks like there's some shamrocks on it, but they're in red, which is super weird. Why it's not green, I don't know. Is it shamrocks because he was on the Celtics, but now he's not? I don't know. It's kind of weird, but whatever. The zebra one, the gold one, the Chinese New Year, and the barbershop one are the best ones. Here's the Chinese New Year one. Look at that upper. It looks like it has so much depth and flavor. Love it. Love the red. Love the gold logo as well. Oh, man, those are really beautiful. Here's that shamrock one that I'm talking about. What is this inspired by? Who knows? Sarah's asking me how I feel about the Harden. Sarah, we talked about the Hardens a little bit earlier in the show. So after the stream, go ahead, rewind it. I'll have timestamps to each sneaker after the show, so you can go ahead and jump to that section if you want, Sarah. But thanks for joining the sneaker show. What are these inspired by? Who knows? Here's the barbershop one. Not a huge fan of the upper now that I see it up close, but that midsole is absolutely fuego. And didn't it look gray in this photo? Maybe it's 3M, which is very, very cool if it is 3M, because it looks more black here. Here you have that white and gold one. Pretty cool. Here's that racing one. It just looks smudgy. And I get it, motion blur because of a car, but just not a fan. He's from Indiana, so it's probably related to like the Indy 500 or whatever. Here's the Christmas one. Very cool. Very playful. But here's the best one. Those are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I think we have one more. Here's a black one. A Celtics one, which not good timing because now he doesn't play for the Celtics. He plays for the Hornets. But there it is. I think this one's actually pretty cool as well. So I'm going to give these a light cop as well. I really like how that translucent panel sits underneath that black Anta. They could have easily made that green, but they just did black. They could have made it green to kind of pop off and give, you know, some more depth and to kind of market their logo more, but they stuck to their guns. They put it black. I really like the look. All right, let's move on. We got to talk about the Curry 8, guys. We have got to talk about the Curry 8. So we talked about the Curry 8. It was officially unveiled, the Curry brand, which I think was unfairly characterized as Under Armour's Jordan to Nike's. Wait, I got that wrong. The Curry brand is Under Armour's Jordan, like how Nike uses Jordan, which I think is unfair. And I remember talking about the Curry brand and the future of Curry at Under Armour. And I remember saying, you know, they might just be going the affordable route, targeting kids, kind of like how the Shaq sneakers do, but maybe not that extreme, because we know the Shaq sneakers, they kind of copy off other brands and designs. I mean, not kind of, they definitely do. But they sell a lot of sneakers at Ross, Marshalls, Kohl's, yada, yada, yada. And I thought they could go more towards that way, the more affordable way. But I was wrong. This is the Curry 8 from Curry brand, and they retail for $160, which is more expensive than KD's. I'm just saying. I think the pricing is a bad move. I think it shows weakness. I think it shows, hey, you know, we got to sell these for as much as we can because we don't think we're going to sell a lot of them. That's what I think. That's what I think it shows. Now, I get it. It's kind of a half empty look. If you're a glass half full person, you can go, hey, they really trust, they really, you know, believe in the product, and they want to put it at a premium because they feel it's a premium product. However, if you say that, I'm going to show you this colorway. What is this? Under Armour. What are you doing with this? This is not a good looking colorway. Black, blue, this weird graphic that's like abstract, like 90s, late 80s, like paint. I don't like these at all. The design is okay of the sneaker, I'm saying, but this colorway just does not do it justice. Now, I'm excited to see this traction. I'm excited to see the flow technology, the cushioning. I'm excited to see these materials in person and how they feel on foot. They look great. There's a lot that I'm excited about. But this colorway does not do this silhouette any justice whatsoever. It's called the Flow colorway, and they're dropping on... It doesn't say when they're dropping, but they're dropping for $160, which it's just too much. Harden says, you already copped these, Harden? Well, great. I think it's a good cop. I think it's going to be a good encore performer. I really, really do. I really do believe that. I just don't like this colorway. I'd rather have, you know, the white and gold colorway. Let's take a look. I'd rather have this one. I'd rather have this colorway. I'd rather just have the black colorway. Oh, that's a really small photo. This one. Those are nice. Simple, clean. I really like these. But these are just... They just ain't it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Under Armour. I'm very sorry about that. But these are a drop. I know. They're already out, TJ. Okay, they're already out. Can you, like, really, can you buy these right now? Let's see how well they're doing. I mean, this isn't a great way to know how well a sneaker is selling, but let's just take a look. Okay, not that many sizes. I don't think they made a lot, guys. I don't think they made a lot, and I think they priced them high. I really do think that. I'm just saying. It's a little sad. Let's move on. All right, Christmas. Where are we at? 48 minutes? Okay, we gotta speed things up. We're like halfway through the show. Okay, we're gonna speed things up. New Balance Kawhi Christmas. What do you guys think about these? Cop or drop? Let me know right now in the chat. I'm gonna be real quick with these. I think that these are a light cop. Not the greatest Kawhi colorway. Not bad. I think if you love Christmas, it's great. I love the logo on the tongue. It looks like you have the abominable snowman claw gripping a basketball. I love the different shades of blue. It gives me a very Christmas vibe. It fits the theme. I think the Kawhi is a good looking sneaker, so I'm going to give it a very light cop. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Omnises are a way better sneaker. I'm just going to say it. There you go. The Omnises are better. Most of you guys are saying cop in the chat as well. I would say it's about 80% cop, 20% drop. But I love what G Beauty says. G, my guy G says, these are cold. I like what you did there, G. I like what you did there. All right, next up. Oh, this is super interesting, guys. This caught me completely off guard. Check this out, guys. These are called the Nike Cosmic Unity. Whoa. Let's just cut to the chase here, guys. I really like how these look. I'm very interested in the technology. It looks like a Harden sneaker, which is funny because it's a Nike sneaker, but the midsole design, the texture on the upper, the graphic on the swoosh goes onto the midsole. It looks so futuristic. It looks like an alien technology. I love this. This gets me excited. This is why I love sneakers. It's an insta cop. These are fire. Most of you guys are copping these as well. A couple of people are dropping, but it's like 90% cop. This is incredible. Anthony Davis debuted these during his warm-ups. These are very interesting, but we have another look at these as well. Check this out. Look at this colorway. Looks like this might be glow in the dark. This might be an early sample of this colorway, so, you know, this might not ever come out. But this is such an interesting sneaker, guys. This is very, very, very interesting. I went ahead and I insta-copped it already, and I think you guys are insta-copping these as well. Very cool. And what's funny about this is a lot could go wrong with this, right? If they didn't drop this in this blacked out colorway, we might be talking about this different because it is a very striking design. I think Nike took a very big chance with the design of these, but I'm glad they did because I think it turned out great, at least in this colorway. And I love how the laces add a little bit of color as well. Everything about these, absolutely fantastic. All right, next up, the Kobe 6 Protro All-Star. Here's your first look at it. It's not the greatest photo, but here they are. One of the more popular Kobe 6 colorways, but I think we're all waiting for the Grinches this holiday season, so we're going to save our money for those. These, I don't think a release date, early 2021 for $180. I think we all know what we're going to say here, guys. Instacop. Kobe 6, one of the greatest or sneakers of all time, on and off the court. And, you know, the All-Star colorway, it's great. It's red, it's black, it's got a gradient fade, it's got a white Nike swoosh, it's clean, it's simple, it's awesome. It's an insta-cop. Absolutely. Most of you guys are copying these as well. But Bobby says, boring. I don't know how you could say that, Bobby. It's a Kobe 6. It has snake scales on the upper. How could it be boring? Come on, Bobby. Bobby! Come on. All right, next up, KD13 Rasta. When I first saw these, let's copper drop these real quick. I don't like the KD13 silhouette, but I love the colorway. I'm from Hawaii. I gotta love it. The red, the yellow, the green. My name is Jaran Man, for Christ's sakes. I should like these, but due to the silhouette, I just don't. So, I gotta drop them. I just hate this silhouette. It's clunky. It's too round. It's not sleek. It's just, But the KD13, great encore performer. Feels great. A lot lighter than you would expect. And a great performer, like I said. And you get a lot of value with this shoe as well. It retails for $150, I believe. So a lot of value. But when I first saw this sneaker, most of you guys are dropping. I would say it's about 70% drop, 30% cop in the chat. But when I first saw these, the first thing that I thought of was this old Nike basketball commercial with Andre Iguodala, Mo Williams, Kevin Durant, and Rashard Lewis. Listen to this, guys. Hey. Right there. That's what it reminded me of. Kevin Durant as Velvet Hoops. Would Velvet Hoops not rock this sneaker? Yes, he would. But can you guys hear this? Can you hear him rapping? Listen. Not bad. Not terrible. Obviously, the commercial was shot very well. But watch this. And it turns... Who's that? That's not Kevin Durant. That's not Kevin Durant. It's funny. I just thought I'd share this with you guys. I don't think we're going to get copyrighted on that because it's just a commercial. But yeah, the Rasta KD13, when are these dropping? Who knows when they're dropping? Early next year. It's okay. All right. Let's talk about what you guys all came here to see. The Nike PG5. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Here they are. The PG5 leaked. We don't have a ton of great photos of it, but here they are, the PG5. Now, a couple of things here. The PG4 took a huge leap in its design, right? It went with the shroud. It gave us full-length Nike Air, and it was very different from the previous PGs, right? Visually, it kind of looks similar, the overall shape, but the way everything was implemented was very different. Obviously, an untraditional lacing system, and then you have that new cushioning system. The PG5 looks like it's taking a step back, and in a good way, though. You know, not a bad way. It's not like taking a step back performance-wise. It's just taking a step back visually, and it's going to those more traditional design elements with a traditional lacing system, overlays in areas where you'd expect them. But I have to say, there's something missing here, and I think it's the fact that the swoosh is here on the heel and not right here on the medial side. Now, this looks like a very early sample, and that's what I thought when I first saw these. However, Paul George actually rocked these. Let me see if I could bring these up. Paul George actually rocked these. Here they are on his feet, so the swoosh indeed is not going to be there on the medial side. But here you can see the front of the shoe, Paul George's logo. He's not lacing up his sneakers, which is fine. It's just a photo shoot, but I don't know. It's weird. But we all know Paul George, he actually wasn't wearing a PG4 during the playoffs in the bubble. He actually went back to the PG3. So that was interesting, and people were like, what, does he not like the PG4? That happens a lot of times. Guys just want to wear the shoe they're most comfortable in, and it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that they prefer the other shoe. I thought the PG4 was a good value for what you were getting in that shoe. But what do you guys think about these? I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to see about these. Sharp says it looks like a running shoe. Cudi says PGs look like Skechers. I'm not going to disagree with you there, man. I'm not. Jack says straight up drop. Zishan Go says the silhouette ain't that bad. Yeah, so you guys, I think it's about 60% of you guys are saying negative things about these, while 40% of you guys are kind of holding on to hope here. Suib Abdi says, oh my God, yuck. Yeah, so most of you guys aren't liking these, actually. I'm going to bump that up to 80%. Okay, so I'm going to change your mind on these, guys. I'm going to change your mind. If you allow me to give me the opportunity to change your mind on these guys, check this out. Boom. Look at the traction. Straight Kobe 9 traction. In case you forgot, let me bring it up. Here's the Kobe 9's outsole. Enlarge, enhance. Boom. Hold on. Here's the PG. It's identical. Literally identical. That's the same traction. The only thing different is the middle, right? So look at the middle here. And look at the middle here. Different. But I think they're trying to show you the air, right? Which is cool. So we're getting full-length air. That's good news. But look at this traction, guys. Oh, my God. The Kobe 9 was a beast. Veribo in the chat. Yo, this alone makes me want to cop these. I'm just saying. Even though the design doesn't look that great, shout out to Virgil for subscribing. Welcome to the Sneaker Show. Even though the shoe itself doesn't look that great, if they're giving us full-length air, which this air bubble leads me to believe, and they're giving us Kobe 9 traction, again, hopefully that rubber compound is just as tacky as the Kobe 9, that makes it an Instacop. Full-length air and Hall of Fame traction, hello, almost an Instacop. And had the shoe looked better, it would have been an Instacop. But Nike dropped the ball here, so it's just a regular cop. It's just a regular cop. John says still drop. But Toninho says now I'm going to give it an Instacop. So there you go. Just that alone turned it into an Instacop. Now, I wish I had more photos here, But the Kicks on Fire is saying that we can expect these to release early 2021. And since Paul George did wear these, let's go back to that photo. Since he did wear these, I think that we are going to see the PG5 drop very, very soon. I don't know how much for. Probably the same price point, $120. I don't think it's going to exceed $130. It might bump up to $130, but no more than that. So, hey, the PG5. There it is, guys. Very exciting, that traction pattern. I'm very, very excited about it. Now, that's not all. We have another signature sneaker leak. Check this out, guys. These are the Why Not 0.4s. Oof. 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 I am not a fan of these guys. I am not a fan. This is Jordan Brand's KD 13. It just is not sleek. It doesn't evoke quick or fast at all. It's just... Taco says, big ew. Jack says, just saying all Why Not series look the same. It does look the same, but it looks worse, Jack. And what's going on with this? What is that? I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of these at all. Check out this colorway, though. This is a really weird angle, but this colorway is a little bit better, right? At least there's something going on. Graffiti, right? Here's the outsole. Traction, little nubs. That is not going to be durable. I'm just going to tell you right now. That is not going to be durable. Especially if you play outdoors. That is going to wear down super quick. Super quick. You're going to play with these once outdoors, and you're going to look at your outsole, and you're going to be like this. They're going to be ruined. Simple. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it. These ain't in. I would not rock these on the court, off the court, in my grave, when I go to sleep, at my grandma's house. If she bought these for me, I would not wear these. I don't like them. Especially this colorway. Now, this colorway, maybe a little bit more urban. But Toninho says another mega drop. Too ugly. Shane says, come on, it's a cop. Really, Shane? D Jones says drop 3 times. Drop. So is that drop? Because you said drop 3 times. Or are you saying that you said drop 3 times? It seemed like drop 3 times. I'm just saying. So that's 9 times drop for D Jones. Jack says light cop. Really? Warren says cop as well. Wow, you guys are a lot nicer on this shoe than I thought you guys were going to be. Because this is rough, in my opinion. I'm just saying. All right. We ran a little bit long today, so I just want to quickly... let's end the show with this. So the Jordan 11 Jubilee just released, right, guys? So Sneaker Bar Detroit, they do this thing where you vote for which shoe you like. It's like a sneaker battle. So let's do this together, guys. I want to know from you guys which sneaker you like better. Option number 1, Jordan 11 Win Like 96. Do you like this one? It's red, it's white, it has a slightly tinted blue translucent outsole. Black Jumpman, inspired by the 96 win season in 1996, obviously. Here's the back of the shoe. Or do you like the Jubilees? More classic, black, white, kind of like a milky translucent outsole. The Jumpman is debossed or embossed. I'm always confused on that, but it has some depth to it. It's like a 3D effect. It's raised off. It's in silver. Very, very clean. Here's the top-down view. I am voting for... Let's go up to the voting. I'm going to vote for the Jubilee. Now, let's see what you guys are saying. Wow! It's a lot more split than I thought. I thought most of you guys are going to go Jubilee as well, but I see a lot of Win Like 96s. You guys are pretty split on these. It's about 50-50 I'm seeing in the chat. Wow, so this is really interesting. I'm really interested to see what the voting is for this. Okay, let's do it, guys. I'm going to vote for the Jubilee. Wow. The Win Like 96 wins by 56.7%. I was not expecting that. I thought the Jubilees, because I don't like this shade of red. It looks too like, I don't know, like generic to me, the red. I just not a huge fan of it. But the black is so clean with the Jordan language on the eyelets. I really thought you guys were going to like these a lot better. But as I'm seeing in the chat, most of you guys are going Win Like 96. That's crazy. I totally was not expecting that. Hoodie Sean says, bruh, told you to go with the like 96s. You were right, man. You were absolutely right. But anyways, guys, there's about 4 sneakers I left out of the show. I'll put them in the next episode. We're running a little bit long here. I want to thank you guys for joining the sneaker show. It helps me out a lot. If you guys could do me a huge solid, though, please like and comment on the video page, not in the chat. Like the video, comment on the video page. It helps me out a ton, guys. It would really, really make my night. It takes 2 seconds. If I have to get down on my knees and beg you, I will. I already did this episode, but it would help me out a lot. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you join us next week. Same time, 6:30 Pacific. The Sneaker Show every single Sunday, unless it's a snow news week. We've been taking a few breaks because the NBA season isn't up and the sneaker world has kind of been stalling a little bit because COVID, all this stuff. But trust me, every Sunday, 6:30 Pacific. It's been great having you guys. Huge shout out to Jack and Josiah for moderating in the chat. Make sure you join the Discord with the link in the description box below. I have some deals and steals in there as well. The links to my Twitter and my Instagram, as well as links to my Twitch. So make sure you follow all of that stuff already. Like my man Jack says, if you're not already in the server, make sure you join it. Huge shout out. I'm super hungry. I'm going to go eat dinner. My name is Jaron. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in the next week's episode.